Good morning, everyone. I am Abigail Tom, co-host, and this is the other co-host,
Arya Kiski. We would like to thank all the parents, guardians, and nannies for joining us here today.
We would also like to thank the ushers, Judy Valley and Adipati Kaviyati, for volunteering to guiding our guests to their seats. This conference is about climate change and how we can make a difference. Before the students from grade 7 present their topics, we would like to sum it up.
Climate change is long-term temperature and weather pattern changes. It's mainly caused due to burning of fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and gas. Similar to climate change, global warming is the heating up of the planet.
We're also going to talk about sustainable development. Sustainable development is the development that humans must interact with the environment in a way that we will have enough resources for future generations. Now, please welcome the secondary principal, Ms. Olmsted.
I hope you don't mind if I just stand here. I'm having a few problems getting around. Firstly, I'd love to thank our hosts for your very warm welcome. That was absolutely fabulous. And welcome to our parents. Thank you for coming. To our teachers, and of course to our lovely students. Thank you for being here. I'm really honoured to be here, and it's because this is a really special event. And what makes this so special is it's actually organised by our very wonderful and special grade 7s. And I have so enjoyed watching our grade 7s over this year grow in terms of their ability and their confidence. I'm so proud of our grade 7s, and I'm really honoured to stand here and be with you all today. So global climate change is a really important topic, and I'm so glad our students are bringing this to us today. And it's important because the decisions that we make as adults today affect our students in the future. And this is why it's so important that they have a voice. And I'd really like to thank Mr. Boucher for giving our students that opportunity to explore, to investigate, to find out more about global climate change, and especially to give them the space to present that to us today. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Olmsted, for that speech.
Now, please welcome Yunmin Lee and Tyler Morgas presenting shocking facts about global warming.
Take the microphone one each. Take the microphone one each. Right. Yo, Tyler Morgas, who's from the 3,761st place of the Morgas family.
God damn. God damn. Youngin Lee, who's from 3,761st place in the Morgas family.
You good, bro? Alright, so, bro. Oh, I got the secret for you.
What is it?
That I adopted a polar bear.
You said what, bro?
Come on, bro. I adopted a polar bear, and she's very adorable.
Don't you feel uncomfortable with that?
I mean, it's alright because she's adorable, but the problem is, I think she wants to go back to her home, the Arctic.
Well, then you better keep her in your refrigerator.
Refrigerator. You think it's that fun? I already tried, and she doesn't fit in. But anyhow, I want to let her go back to her home.
No, you better not.
Why?
Even if she goes back to her home, the ice is already melting. She won't have a habitat.
Hold on. Why were the ice melting?
Come on, we learned from Mr. Boucher.
Oh, yes! Animal disease!
Is that even related?
Oh, let me think. Oh, no, sorry. Global heating.
Global warming, man. You okay?
Come on, man, same thing.
Anyways, yes, global warming. It doesn't only melt ice, but also occurs several negative things. Hmm. Okay, since I think you didn't concentrate in the INS class at all,
And all,
at all, let's talk about negative things of global warming.
pause. Who think that I didn't concentrate on Linus class? There's a Dorothy. I'm joking. First of all, I did concentrate on Linus class, and here we have proof, teacher. And I think I know more than you about global warming.
Oh, really? Then
Yes.
tell me. Let's talk about it.
Did you start?
Did you know that us humans have already caused 1.07 Celsius of warming? And 1 degree is actually huge.
I know 1 degree is really, really huge, but not that information. I have better thing. Did you know that last decade was the hottest year in 125,000 years? 125,000 years is before the Jesus got sacrificed. You know what I'm saying? And it was even hotter than you. My bad.
I know that
Wait, we better just continue. Go ahead.
alright. Did you know that more than 1 million species face extinction? The rate is 5 species a year goes extinct.
Well, okay, not that. But did you know that the climate change is rising the refugees? And already 1 million of refugees have moved to foreign country. You knew it? 1 million of people. It's almost the one city.
Weak.
Week.
Did you know that we lost 302.4 billion work hours in 2019 to excessive heat? That's why I always felt like going in the pool then.
Oh, okay.
See, I won.
Well, you think I don't have any more?
Yeah.
Actually, I don't have.
Simon?
No, psych! I really do have several more. Did you know that average wildlife population have dropped by 60%, even more than half percent? And you know, 60% in just over 40 years. 40 years is even younger than my dad. Okay? You thought you were winning? No, never.
Still weak.
Aw.
Boy, did you know that we are losing 1.2 trillion tons of ice every year? And our ice in the Arctic is rapidly melting, but we are not doing anything to stop it.
But you know, you're also weak. Did you know that 2/3 of extreme weather events in the last 20 years is all because of us humans? Us
Us?
humans. Yes, us humans. What do you think then?
How?
Because you didn't concentrate on Linus class.
We're too Asian.
Oh! Anyway, keep going on.
Alright. Did you know that climate change could push 132 million people into extreme poverty by 2030?
Fun. I think you struggle to recall that.
No.
Anyway, did you know that deserts are growing? Each year, more than 12 million hectares of land are lost to desertification and land degradation. Huh? You felt it or not?
But
Oh, wait, hold on. Who thinks that he doesn't have any more? Thank you. Do you have more or not?
yes, I do.
Okay. Tell me.
Did you know that it's time to watch Dora?
But you just said it's time to watch Dora, right? I didn't know that. Thank you.
Now we're gonna have Georgia and Ebony presenting impact on humans.
Go.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Georgia and this is Ebony. We will be talking about how the weather, no, the climate change affects us humans.
Are you okay, Georgia?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm getting sick though.
How are you getting sick? It's not even that cold outside.
You know that us humans don't only get sick from the weather?
We don't?
No. The main reason that we get sick out of nowhere is because of the pollution. For example, the air pollution, which is found in the air.
Yes, I've heard of it. The citizen says that there's also a big problem in the water pollution.
We have to do something about this.
True, I feel bad for the people that have sensitive lungs that can get cancer easily.
A fact about pollution is that climate change is the change in the world's weather system that occur over decades. Most of our recent changes have been brought about by humans.
Wow, I did not know that.
Thank you for listening. And to find out more, you will have to finish hearing in the conference.
You're going.
Next up, we have Kyan and Sai talking about habitats disappearing.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Taeyeon Kim.
And Sakanazashi. Today we are here to show a video about habitat degradation, especially with deforestation. So let's begin.
Okay, go ahead. Is it there?
Yeah. Is it 18, isn't it?
Yeah. No, 19.
Oh, 19?
Yeah.
But they can't see it.
Wait, just a minute.
Animals' lives are threatened by humans. Today, because of human activities, all of the animals are being extinct. The number of endangered species have been increasing over last years. It is because that humans have become more active for their development and do not put enough attention for this issue. Higher diversity also means the decline in number of rare increase of animal species. biggest causes for habitat loss and deforestation. The cycle that keeps the Earth in balance being disrupted and biodiversity loss continues. We explained it, habitat loss is one of the major reasons. Unbelievable that 36 billion square meter forests are gone. In forests there are more than 80% of animals, plants, and insects. We are destroying numerous animals live to develop only our nation. We individuals have to do a little bit thing. Those little things are going to make a huge effect. Of course, we could plant trees. That would help.
Maybe say it.
Oh, okay. So,
Take the
second way.
microphone.
The second way is to use reusable products. For example, there are disposable paper utensils all around the world, and people are still using it. We could replace those paper utensils because papers are made up of wood and it's cutting trees. And, also, hiking could be a way to away because when we're doing hiking we could understand and see the natural environment surrounding and it's gonna be a good chance to notice and aware of this issue. This is the sites that I used for research and pictures. Thank you. Now we're gonna have Rhoda and Soyen presenting animal extinction, the top 10 animals facing extinction.
Let's see.
Mr. Buffer, I uploaded that. Can you?
Please register.
Yep.
Sure. Yes. 19.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about animal extinction. I'm Maria.
And Pavel. Endangered species or endangered species. Endangered are species that is very likely to extinct.
in the near future, what is extinct no longer exists in
Endangered
endangered
animals.
animal.
Here are 10 examples of animals near to extinction which are critical endangered.
Number one, rhino.
Why are rhinos endangered? Extinction is habitat loss as economic development, changes in grassland composition, logging and agriculture degrade and habitats. Rhino population are declining.
How can we stop this? Donate to WWF to save rhino. WWF stand for World Wildlife Fund. Number two, tiger. Why are the tiger endangered?
Tigers have lost an estimated 95% of their historical range. Their habitat has been destroyed, degraded, and fragmented by human activities. The clearing of forests for agriculture and timber, as well as the building of road networks and other development activities, pose serious threats to tiger habitat.
How can we save them? Just protect tiger and their habitat to save them. Number three, weapon.
Amur leopards are the world's most endangered big cats due to poaching and habitat loss. It is estimated that the current wild Amur leopard population is 60 to 80 individuals. What are the three reasons that the Amur leopards are endangered? Amur leopards are threatened by privacy of both individuals and prey species, habitat loss, and deforestation. Before we talk about how can we save them, we should know why they're so important. Why are why are Amur leopards so important? Amur leopards are top predators in their landscape, so they're crucial role for keeping the right balance of species in the area. That also affects the health of forests and the wider environment, which provides local wildlife and people with food, water, and other resources. We can save them by reducing deforestation. Deforestation is the action of clearing white trees.
Oh, yeah. Number three, wild dogs. Wild dogs are one of the most endangered mammals in the largest popular river southern of Africa, shows a part of East Africa.
Especially Tanzania and Mozambique.
Wild dogs are socially and ghetto in the park of the Arlington individual, but some pack number more than 30. Why are they endangered?
Major threats to survival of wild dogs include accidental and target by killing humans, viral disease like rabies and distemper, and also habitat loss and competition with larger predators like lion conflicts occur when wild dogs come in contact with people whose livelihoods rest largely on livestock and agriculture.
How can we save them?
Monitor wild dogs and monitor wild dogs movement to anticipate and prevent a potential conflict with humans.
Number five, gorilla. Why are gorilla endangered? Because of habitat destroyed.
Habitat destruction is a problem across the Central African range. Gorillas are also killed for bushmeat trade, killed or maimed by Arab snares that are set in the forest in search of other bushmeat species such as pig, proving effects of protected areas, stopping the illegal trade in gorilla products, increasing support for gorilla care among both local and international communities.
Number six,
Chimpanzees. Chimpanzees are also endangered animals. Why? Habitat loss, disease, and hunting, especially for bushmeat. What kind of disease does chimpanzee have? They have Ebola and HIV. We can save chimpanzee by protecting chimpanzee through violation of law enforcement.
number seven, red panda. Red panda are also created endangered. Why? Because of habitat loss.
Habitat loss is the destruction of surroundings.
We can
Protect their surrounding to save the red panda.
number eight, Sula.
Saola are critical in danger. They're one of the animals that need to be saved immediately. Why are Saola endangered?
Sula are attacked by beginning hurt by humans. We can save Sula by stop hunting them. Number nine, blue whales. Blue whales are now endangered animal and one of the largest animals in the world. Why are blue whales endangered?
Like other large
stuck in the fishing gear. How can we stop this? We have to protect the ocean and avoid what? Avoid the ship. Number 10, polar bear. Polar bears may be vulnerable, but they're still endangered animals. What is vulnerable? Vulnerable is exposed to the possibility of being attacked or harmed either physically or emotionally. Since they're vulnerable, it is also considered that they're in big danger. Why? Why? The reason of their extinction, number one, climate change. Because of the loss of its habitat from climate change. Toxic pollution. Polar bears are exposed to high levels of pollutants through their food. It's not too late to save the polar bears. We just have to reduce energy to protect and preserve the sea ice habitat. Thank you.
Now we're gonna have Charlie and Aura.
Good morning, everybody.
Oh, my turn. Morning, everybody. My name is Charlie Pettit.
And I'm Aura Srivastava. Today we'll be talking to you about rising sea levels and the threats in particular.
Okay. Give it a minute.
So to start, Jeff, so
Yes.
if you pause the video.
Yeah, sure.
I'll tell you. Okay. There we go. Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, Adelaide, Cairns.
Mumbai, Kochi, Mangalore, Chennai, Visakhapatnam, and Thiruvananthapuram. You may be wondering why we just named 11 random cities. Well, they're not random. They're on the threat of drowning by 2100 if we don't stop global warming and melt to the ice caps. And this movie hits a little close to home because in the list it's the cities where both of us are from. Me, Mumbai, him.
And me, Melbourne. So here now we're going to show you some images of what these cities might look like in 2100. If I click play now. So this.
So this is Mumbai. As you can see, it is completely submerged underwater. That is not supposed to be there.
This is Melbourne. You can see all that. So Sydney here. All of this light blue is new water. Cairns here has been completely taken out by the water. None of that is supposed to be here. What we have here, so we were hoping it would be higher resolution.
And this is an accurate image of the last image on it.
This is Antarctica in 2100. As you can see, it's an ice cube, and that's as big. That's what it's going to be.
And this is
This is an accurate representation of what these cities will be like in 2100. So why should you care? You might not live here, so why would this matter to you? All right.
And well, we're not gonna do like what you guys can do to stop this in this presentation. It's gonna be in the next one. But all of you may be asking right now, what will happen if we don't stop? Well, a lot of cities will be swallowed by the water. In specific, the city that we just named.
Melbourne, yeah, Mumbai, our two cities, especially because it's so close to the coast. These damages it's not just going to affect Australia and India. All over the world, the land is going to be getting smaller and smaller. Tonga, an island country in the Pacific, I think, can't remember. It is sinking very fast, and they have been they're trying to convert to an online nation because they're losing their land and they want to preserve it anywhere they can, and so they're trying to switch to online, which is really awful that they have to do that, just because we just can't be bothered to fix this, which is quite easily fixable. Ah, yes, yes. This mic works. This mic works better, so we're gonna.
And as I said, entire cities will be swallowed by water. Animals that we love will all go extinct. Almost all of Australia's population lives on the coast. So if we don't stop this, whole millions of people will die. I mean, when the governments talk about making a new model, they're like, I won't stop at anything. And when they're talking about this stopping global warming to prevent the ice caps from melting, they're like, English.
We thought we were planning on adding a couple memes about this, but we've had some problems here, and I can't see them. So that's a shame. But I guess that's what happens. So that's all we have for today. Thank you for.
I'm Laura Sylvester.
And I'm
Charlie Pettit.
Thank you for listening.
We're out.
Now please welcome Alex and Faye, who will be presenting how the code will cope with climate change.
No, but like the camera for the podcast. And it's just like blank.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Faye Balangandi, and this is
Alex Molas.
and we're going to talk about how will the cold.
Okay, use the microphone.
We're going to talk about how will the poor cope with climate change. The world is heading toward climate change where the rich can buy their way out, but the poor people can't. As you know, the effect of climate change are intense storms and heat waves, rising sea levels, melting glaciers, and warming oceans that directly harms animals, deserts places where they live, and disrupt their livelihoods.
This climate change affects people living in poverty in developing countries differently than people living in undeveloping countries. What mainly affects people living in developing countries are the extreme temperatures, both the heat waves in summer that make people thirsty and the harsh winters that make people weak and sick.
For people living in undeveloped countries, these extreme changes are such as hurricanes, fires, and threaten their lives, driving people from their homes, and food shortages, and means of survival. All of these effects increase the effects increase the likelihood of conflict, hunger, and poverty.
What we can all do at an individual scale to make a difference are small actions such as turning off lights in rooms that we don't use, lowering the temperature of our heating using natural transport, and more frequently walking, cycling, reducing food and waste.
Buying local, reducing the use of plastic are a number of the small actions that on a large scale will reduce the greenhouse effect and improve our planet. Thanks for your attention.
Now we're going to have Yui and Haruta presenting developed versus developing countries and what is the right approach. What approach is the right approach?
Good morning, my name is Haruta in grade 7A.
So, good morning, my name is Yui in 7A.
We would like to talk about what approach is right from developed country to developing country.
First of all, I want you to think, when you hear climate change, what will you think? When you hear climate change from other people, what will you think? You know that it's a problem, but probably in your mind, a technological solution will come up. But that technological solution can't help climate change. These days, you can hear some fancy solution, but that sadly, so that solution can't be the solution for all of this climate change. Today, the importance of the renewable energy is well known, but we can't ignore the difficulty of the developing country to install such a solution. For example, solar energy. Solar energy is the major renewable energy, but there is a problem. The solar panel is too expensive to install. Renewable energy have a pros and cons, and it might be hard to install for developing countries. Today, we would like to talk about the problem which developing countries are facing now.
First example is cost. For developing countries, it is more still expensive than traditional energy sources like fossil fuel. Some of them still depend on the traditional energy source. These are the costs of solar panel for industrial. It costs 1,000 to 1,400 euros per hour per kilowatt. 50 kilowatt are major and it costs 50,000 to 70,000 euros. Probably you can imagine this such an unknown unit. 1 kilowatt, with 1 kilowatt we can use desktop PC for 10 hours. Some example is area.
Renewable energy depends on a nature energy like water or wind or sun. Locations you meet because these conditions to create renewable energy are very limited. So each of developing countries need to find their own matching renewable energy that they can use. But it is hard to find. So the solution for this is to develop country to lend or give money to develop the land that they can make those renewable energy and the system of renewable energy on a correct place.
Some example is shortage of engineers. Engineers who can install machine or repair it when it broke. It is necessary for developing country to educate the engineer to able to manage the facility of renewable energy plants. Solution for this is to give technology or detachment engineers.
Okay, so now I want to talk about why does developed country need to help developing country? That's the reason. So first is moral obligation. Moral obligation means if there are persons that are facing a problem, developed country need to help as a world. And next is moral responsibility. That means developed country just developed the earth so much. So now there's many developing countries that are facing in a problem of nature, of earth. So developed country have a responsibility to help developing countries. Next is common interest. That means if developing country just became a developed country in future, we can get a benefit in a phase of nature sources. So like we can have new sources. And next is self-interest. It is similar to common interest, but that means developed country can get a benefit through the environment that developing countries have and developed countries don't have. So we were talking about a problem of renewable energy and what developing country and developed country do. But the important thing is that all the world starts working for this problem. And this is a global problem, so we need to help. So we need to start acting. We can't divide the world by developed country or developing country. Every country, even though it's developed or developing, need to help and need to work for this problem. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Next up, we have Yuri and Chinook, who will be talking about air pollution.
I'm Yuri. Today we're going to talk about air pollution.
pollution is the contamination of air due to the presence of substances in the atmosphere that are harmful to the health of humans and other living beings, or cause damage to the climate or to materials. There are many different types of air pollution, such as gases, particles, biological molecules, and air pollution is not only carbon dioxide.
Bali has heavy air pollution, and this
Sorry about that.
Air pollution is the contamination of air due to the presence of substances in the atmosphere that are harmful to the health of humans and other living beings, or cause damage to the climate or to materials. There are many different types of particles, such as gases, particles, and biological molecules. Air pollution is not only carbon dioxide.
Bali has heavy air pollution, and this photo shows us what will happen if the change impact is made. By example, we may not make a change now, but for a better future we can. We know, we know that we can reduce air pollution even now by making lifestyle changes. Let's improve little by little. This is the air pollution structure. Air pollution comes from city, natural, stationary, and mobile. Natural causes are thunder, eruption, forest fire. City causes are factories, houses. Mobile causes are cars, planes, ships.
There is a research report that annual death toll in the world of air pollution is more than the double estimated, 8.8 million. But this is a figure that greatly exceeds the estimated death toll caused by smoking, and it shows that air pollution countermeasures ours. As moderation progress, air pollution and global warming will progress.
So we have to use technology to solve the problem.
The future may change just by seeing this.
Let's all take care of natural every day.
There will now be a 20-minute intermission. Please enjoy some food and drinks.
You will also be able to talk to the pupils from grade 7 as they will come into the room. Thank you. It's now changed to 10 minutes. There's food at the back.
Yeah, he told us. We have to.
Okay, how should we like music? How should we like writing? How should we like music? You were super nice, huh? I also want to say. I didn't know.
Just make my terrible wife.
Hello. If you could please take your seats. The intermission is finished, and we're gonna go get back to the presentations.
All right, let's go.
Just to inform grade 7 students, go to room 14. Room 14. Grade 7 students.
No, those who have presented, it's fine. They can stay once they've presented already.
Okay. Now we're gonna have Minju and Sihan presenting War and Nature.
It's there?
Nature.
I'm not seeing it. Oh.
Yeah.
It's age, you know.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Minju Kim, and I'm Sian Cho. And today we're going to talk about how does sport affect to the nature. This is the table of contents that we're going to talk about. So first we're going to talk about how does water affect to soil, and how does water affect to water, animal, and climate change. First of all,
Go back.
Yeah, the scroll is out. Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
So yeah, sorry.
First of all, how does war affect the soil? During the war, they fire a lot of bombs, and that could destroy industrial facilities like oil refineries. Then this will affect on soil pollution, which makes negative effects on health like headache, skin rash, and eyes irritation. And these days, because of the Ukrainian war, 20% of protected area have been destroyed, and soil pollution has costed about 11.4 billion euros.
Water also affects water. It's similar so because of the war, petroleum will spill if facilities destroyed or sewage treatment destroyed. Then people would drink dirty water and sea animals would all die.
War also affects animals, as you can see here. They destroy the animals' habitat, or after the war, animals would trap in landmines. Then it would kill a lot of animals which is endangered, like red panda, giant panda, and Bengal tigers. Also, a lot of animals has been using in the war. People took the lives of innocent animals for wars and for their own gain.
War also affects climate change. During the war, they use a lot of fossil fuel, and fossil fuel affects climate change because when fossil fuel burn, they release a lot of carbon dioxide, which trap the heat. These are the resources that we use, and this is our email. And thank you for listening. Now please welcome Kotan Aaron, who will be presenting our GM Crops a Solution.
Screen share because I'm not sure I'm seeing it here.
Yeah.
Wait, just a minute.
Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Arun Raval, and I'm co-director of Moto. And we will talk to you about genetically modified crops. Okay, you may be wondering what are GMO crops. Well, genetically modified crops are crops whose genetic properties have been modified using generic recombination technology. There are three most common crops that are genetically modified: rice, soybeans, and maize, which you will know as corn. We must genetically modify our crops because they can grow quicker, more nutritious, more convenient, and they can grow in harsh climates, so without food and water. So now countries that don't have access to said food and said water will and have bad weather will have access to GMO crops. The GMOs that are grown today are to help farmers prevent crop loss and to control the weeds. The three most common reasons farmers genetically modify their crops are resistant to certain pests, tolerance of certain herbicides, use to control weeds, and resistance to certain plant viruses. When farmers use GMOs, they reduce the need to till the soil, which reduces soil erosion. Now, you may be wondering how that is helpful. Well, here's one. Soil helps sequester or store carbon. So that so you might have guessed that slows down the process of global warming by a huge amount. Here is here is a video on why we have GMO crops. Oh. Huh? What happened? Uh,
Go back.
the heck is what is happening?
Go back. Language. Go back. Go back.
Back, what do you mean?
In the presentation. To the PowerPoint.
Okay, well,
Close it. Close it.
Okay.
Close it.
Close. So yes.
Go back.
Presentation.
All right, skip the video. Continue. Continue.
Okay.
Mike's calling.
Yeah.
Move on. Move on.
So, the Lord. Here are the sources. So we use these sources and naturally got our information.
It's okay, Aaron. Don't worry about it.
Thank you.
We will now have Jaden and Avi presenting blueprints and models for success.
Hello, my name is Abhinandan Kalyaki.
My name is Jaden Bully,
Today we're going to be talking about renewable energy and
and the models for success.
renewable energy. What are renewable energies? Renewable energies are energy coming from renewable resources. You might be wondering, what are renewable resources? The answer is simple. They are resources that occur naturally, such as water or hydro. These resources are easy to find and they're sustainable.
What is the problem that we're going to be talking about? Developing countries are using non-renewable resources since they're easier to find and they give more in a way. Moreover, if they don't have access to machinery and windmills or solar panels or hydro dams, which are very costly in modern day, they will need to mandatorily need to use non-renewable resources to develop their country quicker.
Possible solutions. Since countries are limiting access to energy, they have an amazing chance to change into renewable resources.
Countries that have sufficient amount of renewable resources can use it so that they can convert it into forms of renewable energy and supply developing countries.
Now we're going to be talking about leaders in renewable energy.
We have a poster which we have made. So
First, we got Norway. In Norway, 98% of the electricity production comes from renewable energy. Hydropower is the source of most of the electricity production, which is 129 kilowatts per hour.
Iceland is the next country with renewable resources. In Iceland, 100% of their electricity production is produced by renewable energy ways. Their most used renewable energy sources are hydro energy and geothermal energy, which again provides 100%.
New Zealand. New Zealand relies highly on renewable energies, such as hydro, geothermal, and wind. And however, 60% of their energy still comes from fossil fuels.
The last country on our list of renewable countries is Germany. Germany predominantly uses fossil fuels, followed by wind, nuclear power, solar, biomass, which is wood and biofuels recycled and used again, and hydro. Their goal is to get 65 kilowatts by 2040, which is a really sufficient goal and is really achievable.
To conclude, these countries are our role models. If we use these models, we could have an amazing green planet. You might be wondering, how do these renewable energies work? Well, we're going to be showing you.
We have made two models to show a windmill and a wind turbine, which is old and modern. So the wind turbine is fairly modern, as it uses a different form. They use the same way to collect energy, but the wind turbine is way more complicated and way more efficient.
Okay, so how do they work?
The wind turbine collects energy through kinetic energy into this area where they have cogs and things to transfer the energy down to a generator which collects the energy and distributes it to people who can use it. This particular one actually comes out and shows you that there are little pockets which catch air so that it spins way easier. And for this, I've used a straw and a cap to demonstrate the spinning method.
And we have used home materials.
For the wind turbine windmill, we actually built in school.
It was hard to build. We used cardboard, paper, and the hot glue gun. That's it.
This one is way too heavy, which we found out really late. And so instead, we've just pumped it up with a piece of cardboard. But the windmill uses a much simpler method, which, in my opinion, is way better. As these spin through the wind, it just straight away collects energy into a generator, which is then used to empower the house supply and all that. But it can also hold, like, for example, in a farm, you have chickens, small animals. It also holds small.
And windmills also grind sand. They also use that.
You can see a lot of these in Paris, but when you go out of Paris or you're going to another place in France,
when you go into the village side,
you'll see a lot of wind turbines, which
especially in Belgium and Netherlands.
And there's an opinion going around where wind turbines make the environment look ugly, but in my opinion, it actually makes it look more modern, and empty fuels are more interesting in a way. And windmills you can find all over Paris and basically everywhere.
Windmills look better than wind turbines, in my opinion.
And you can mainly find these in like old places, for example, France, which has a lot of history. INS, Mr. Boucher, INS. And in our opinion, we think that fossil fuels are not that good for the environment. As a result, moms should stop using the washing machines a lot. But otherwise, this actually spins when you blow, but sometimes it doesn't work because you blow too slow.
try blow. You try? And I go. Yeah. It helps. There's a lot of help, and we got a lot of. I got a lot of help from my parents and a lot of help from Mr. Boucher. And thank you guys for coming. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now please welcome Iman and Tanya, who will be presenting the plastic challenge.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Iman.
And my name is Tanya. We're going to be talking about the
Plastic
plastic challenge.
But before we get into that, let us give you a brief explanation about why we are doing the challenge.
Philippines,
India,
Malaysia,
China,
Indonesia. Could you guess why these countries were named?
Well, these are the top 5 countries that have released the most plastic in the ocean.
I mean, look at these pictures. The plastic in the ocean is already more than 115 million tons of waste.
If this continues by 2050, the ocean will contain more plastic than fish.
Now you could ask us why we're telling you this.
We're not asking you to build a factory to recycle plastic, although that would be much appreciated.
We're asking you to do simple things at home to reduce plastic usage.
Avoid using tea bags and use a tea strainer.
You can reuse glass jars. Use a reusable water bottle.
Now, since you know a couple simple ways to reduce plastic usage, let us introduce you to the plastic challenge.
The plastic challenge is the challenge where you try to reduce your usage of plastic in your daily life for 1 week.
I know this could be a really hard challenge to accomplish, but would you all be happy if your family did something for you? So let's explain the rules.
Starting from Monday, keep track on a piece of paper when you use plastic and when you don't.
So for example, you usually take a plastic water bottle to school, but this week you will take a reusable water bottle and you will get 1 point.
But then you catch your mom coming back from the grocery store with plastic bag.
Oh my gosh.
Rookie mistake.
So then you remove 1 point from your mom.
Then at the end of the week, tally up the points to see who got the most points.
And whoever won will get treated by their family. Enjoy and good luck. Thank you for listening. Now, please welcome Oscar and Abdul presenting Unlocking the Potential of Bamboo.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Abdul.
And I'm Oscar Johansson. Tonight we'll be talking about bamboo and its amazing potential to change the world.
Unlocking the potential of bamboo. Bamboo is a maple plant.
Actually, it's a grass. It's not just any grass. It's the coolest grass ever, and it's poised to be able to save the world.
Bamboo can replace many unsustainable and wasteful resources.
Some of the things that it usually replaces are plastic, trees, cotton, and gasoline.
Is it really better? Yes, it is.
Sorry.
Trees go slowly. Bamboo is the total opposite. Some species can go up to 90 centimeters a day.
Bamboo is extremely renewable. If you cut down a crop, a bamboo and leave the roots intact, it will grow back without you needing to plant anything.
And because of its fast growth rate, it takes in more CO2 and expels more oxygen than any known plant.
One other cool fact is it can grow anywhere. Cotton is bad.
But bamboo is good.
Bamboo can replace cotton in textiles like sheets and clothing.
Bamboo also has its advantages. It is antimicrobial, breathable, and more absorbent.
We don't know whether being observer is better or worse. It's up to you to decide.
Bamboo can be used to replace wood.
Some types of bamboo can be used as wood for big things like part of houses.
Also, it can be made into paper.
Also, the bamboo grains look nice and different. Bamboo can be used to replace plastic.
Once again, bamboo has advantages to petroleum-based plastics, and they just stay as microplastics. Bamboo-based plastics, on the other hand, can decompose and into soil for more bamboo to grow.
Some things don't even need to be turned into plastic. You can just make it out of bamboo like bamboo floss.
Gasoline.
Bamboo can be made into biofuel.
We haven't found any evidence on whether bamboo-based gasoline has a higher or lower CO2 output, but at least the horrible mining process involved in acquiring fossil fuels doesn't have to happen for getting bamboo.
In the end,
we hope you've learned the power of bamboo to change the world for the better.
and if you any chance go to supermarket or market, instead of buying things made out of plastic, cotton and trees, please try to buy them made out of bamboo.
Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you.
Now please welcome Brian and Bharat. They'll be talking about how to have a sustainable school.
No, it's fine. I'll share. Go.
Good
Take
morning.
the microphone. Take one now.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. And today we're going to talk about
How to make an eco-friendly school.
my name is Brian, and this is
My name is Bharat.
think about an eco-friendly school, a sustainable school.
Eco school,
That can help the environment. In your opinion, how could we transform a regular school like ours into an eco-friendly school? Any ideas?
Yes.
Switch off lights when we're not in the room.
Yes, good solution. We'll have more ways next. So you might be wondering what an eco-friendly school is. Well, basically, an eco-friendly school is a school that has little or no damage effects to the environment. So it does not harm the environment.
So how can we transform our ICS Paris into an eco-friendly school?
Save electricity or turn off lights to save energy to help the environment. Use less plastic, they cause pollution. Have a school garden with green plants and trees, they give us oxygen. Install solar panels and use recyclable paper and bins.
Teach and learn about sustainable development in our classes. Reduce food waste in the canteen. Use bigger school buses. Use e-books. Use less paper.
Benefits of eco-friendly school.
Fewer problems like damaged gadgets. Make the world happy. Minimize use of plastic. Consume less electricity. Better and cleaner environment with fresh air.
Thank you for the time.
Thank you for the
Anybody have questions? Any questions? Yes?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Now there will be Wujun and Tristan presenting renewable solutions.
Mic test.
Hello everyone, I'm Tristan Morgas and this is
Wujun Song.
and we're going to be talking about what happens if we stop using fossil fuels. So for the what we're going to be going over are what are fossil fuels and the types of fossil fuels and what is bad about them and well what's going to happen when we stop using them.
So what are fossil fuels? Fossil fuels are basically like decomposing, like dead plants and animals buried underground, and like dinosaurs. And they can be rock, gas, or liquid.
For the types of fossil fuels that our world uses are coal, natural gases from the Earth's crust, and oil. And just the USA alone produces 20% of the world's fossil fuels.
So what's bad about fossil fuels? So first off, when you burn fossil fuels, you can create air pollution, and also you create something called greenhouse gas, which makes Earth get warmer and warmer. And you might think, when the Earth gets warmer and warmer, no, it's good. I don't need to use the heater and all that. But then it's bad because the ice cap will be getting melted and melting, and the cities will drown, and so as you. And you'll have like oil explosion when you're creating the fossil fuels and all that.
So what's going to happen when we stop using them? So it's said that in 40 years' time, the world's fossil fuels will run out. So if we start now, we'll give the world time to replenish its fossil fuels as for an emergency resource. But in the near future, we think that people will be using way more sustainable and renewable energies to help the earth. And like for just, we might even find with new space exploration, we might even find a different resource to use.
And we also prepared a video about renewable energy, so I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, I know. This one.
for listening.
Any questions? Jaden?
I'm from YouTube library.
All right, thank you.
Now please welcome Vihan, Xavier, Keshav, presenting Sustainable Quiz, Parents versus Students versus Teachers.
Maybe extra sheet.
Hello, my name is Vihan Pime, and his name is.
My name is Avi Hajia.
And we're gonna do a. And his name is.
Keshav Ganesh.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a quiz. Students versus parents versus teachers. And
What are selected parents? Wait, no, what's that? What are selected teachers and students must come up?
Lavon, let's go.
Okay, we need 2 student volunteers to come up.
Not from grade 7, obviously.
Not from grade 7.
Where's Krish? Krish, come on, Krish. Tarika, come. And 3 parents, quickly.
And we're like 3 parent volunteers. And with 3 parent volunteers, please come up.
anyone who would like to participate?
Well, parents, it's great. Yay! Parents, excellent. Thank you.
We need 1 more parent.
One more.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Fantastic.
Okay, so as you're in your team, we have prepared 3 sections of varied questions, and in each of your teams, select which person is going to go for which section. So for the teachers, 1 teacher will do per section. For the parents, 1 parent will do per section, and for the sake of the students, 1 student per section.
And after you answer, you have to go there. There's a box kept on you. Yeah, so you have to go and like open the box, and you have sheets. So yeah, and then you take one of them, and whatever number is written, that Mr. Boucher will put it on the screen as your points.
So
So the first.
so if it's correct, it's plus, and if it's incorrect, it's minus.
Minus the point.
Yeah, and you get 20 seconds for answering the first question, first section of question.
Okay, so
No prompting from the audience.
So the first question is for the students. So which one you want to?
Maybe.
Okay, anyone can answer. So first question, name 2 greenhouse gases for the students.
Carbon dioxide and methane.
those are both correct.
Five.
For the parents, what was COP21?
When you say what means what was discussed, or
Yes.
it was
Yeah.
yeah.
Topic,
So in COP21, it was discussed a transition mechanism of how different countries will take efforts in order to reduce emissions, and developed countries were assigned about $100 billion of fund, where the developed countries would contribute to that fund and developing countries will, and then there are many other things. There was a solar alliance that was formed during that time. Does that answer?
What is a carbon footprint? Yeah. What is a carbon footprint?
Carbon footprint.
It's an estimation of how much carbon dioxide you emit as a result of a particular activity.
That is correct. It's due to the radioactivity.
How many points?
Here you are using the carbon 14 as a part that is
Okay, so this section is a little bit different.
How many?
So this
How
one
many?
is this section is multiple choice for each question. So either you guys could switch out each contestant for a question, or we can have one that answers all the questions.
If you don't answer,
So we have to raise.
No. Okay.
All right, you know what? We don't have time. Have to go into the buzzing section.
That is
Just
good.
keep, oh, it is? Okay, 3 for all. Okay, go.
Okay, so
So the first one to raise their hand.
Okay.
First team.
Okay.
We don't have time. We don't have time. We don't have time. Okay, go on.
okay, so whoever has the question, they will take the box, and whoever has the box and has the answer, they will answer, and if they're wrong, they'll
Yeah, but Xavier, it's too difficult based on where they're
Okay,
sitting.
fine, you
So they just raise their hand.
We'll just raise the hand.
Yeah.
Raise the hand.
All right. Just real quick because we're out of time. I'll tell you the points before the question,
Yeah.
and then you ask the question. They raise their hands and we know. Okay.
Yeah.
So this question is for one. Oh my God! What did they do?
They really stuck it so well.
1 point. So 1 point. Question.
What country consumes the most energy in the world?
The options are
Parents.
Russia, China, US. Okay.
Parents.
US.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not the answer.
China.
China.
Alright.
US. What capital is US?
1 point of the students.
no.
No.
They got it wrong. They got it wrong. They got it wrong.
Yeah.
Well, there's the negative.
Yeah. All right, go.
Okay, so the next question is, what country produces the most energy in the world?
What do you mean? Oh, the options are Iraq, China, US, and Russia.
Parents.
Russia.
China.
Correct.
2 points.
How many points?
China. It's 2 points.
Yeah.
What is the leading source of energy in the US?
Petrol.
Petrol.
Nuclear. Gas. Fossil fuels. Gas. Gas.
Okay, you didn't give the option.
The options are coal, oil, nuclear power, and natural gas.
Natural gas.
Oil.
Oil.
Oil. Yeah.
But they did say petrol first. They did say petrol first. Yeah.
Petrol is oil.
Petrol is oil.
Okay.
So we'll scrap that one. We'll scrap that one. It was the same team, yeah. It was for 8 points. It's again.
Okay. Renewable.
Petroleum.
Not renewable.
Not
Not.
renewable. Not.
Next question.
Now we got a question for 16 more.
How much of the world's water is available for human use?
15.
Yeah, 15 points.
The options are 97, 3, 23, and less than 1.
Can you repeat the question?
How much of the world's water is available for human use?
Yes. Students.
Options were 97, 3, 23, and less than 1.
Students.
That's less than 1.
Four points.
Okay, next question. How long does it take for a styrofoam to
How long does it take for a styrofoam cup, a little styrofoam cup, to decompose? The options are 10 years, 2 months, 400 years, and 150 years.
400 years.
That is correct.
So what is we are the equal to saying?
Okay.
9 points.
Next question. What is the most polluted city in the world?
Los Angeles, California, Mexico City, Mexico, New Delhi, India, or Shanghai, China? New Delhi? It is not New Delhi. It is not Shanghai.
Shanghai?
No. Los Angeles?
It is not Los Angeles.
Mexico.
That's the last one. Yeah.
They didn't make that happen. Yeah.
Final question. 9 points. Final question. It was for 9 points. Everybody got it
Next
wrong.
question. What is the most common type of debris that litters our ocean?
Can you repeat please?
Yeah. What is the most common type of debris that litters our ocean?
Bags, plastic bottles, cigarettes, or food packages. Nope.
Plastic.
It's not plastic.
Packages.
It is not
No.
food packages.
Cigarette box.
No one gets this one.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Cigarette box.
Last question. You decide the value.
This is for all the marbles. If you get it right, you're making wins.
No.
There's only one option.
All right. Question. Go.
What is the most common type of trash thrown away in the U.S.?
Food wraps, paper and cardboard, metal, glass, plastic.
Metal.
Like French wrap. It is paper and cardboard.
Yeah.
Okay. We've run out of time, but I just want to say how proud I am of all the students. I'm really proud, very emotional. So just thank you very much. Thank you.